I thought before we start with our speaker tomorrow, what is the big day tomorrow? What's the big day tomorrow? Madiba's Day, eh? It's Madiba's Day, so I thought it's very important that we just reflect for a few moments about Nelson Mandela, our icon, our great hero, and we were all amazed when almost 90 heads of states were here to attend the memorial service of this great man. And some of us who travel the whole world, you know what it means to be coming from South Africa. You get into a taxi and it's driving by a Pakistani guy, and then he can't even speak good English, and he says, "Where are you from?" And he says, "South Africa." He says, "Mandela?" And I was the other day I was up in Dubai, and as I was checking in at the hotel, and this guy said, "Are you from South Africa?" And I said, "Yeah." He said, "Oh, condolences. Your king has died." And I said, "What are you talking about?" I was just confused for a moment. He says, "No, King Mandela. Yes, and I said, "Thank you very much." Yeah, we're sad that he has passed on. But he left us a legacy, and his leadership traits very quickly. This man was very aware of who he is, and what role he played. And when he needed to be a statesman, he took a role of a statesman. When he needed to be an articulate technocrat to deliver things, he did it. When he was a humorist. I mean, it's unbelievable how he cracked jokes and diffused very difficult situations. He had a sense of humor, which is amazing, and then you all know the jokes of Mandela. And because he believed that, when you've got a sense of humor, you make people human. And because he was this icon, and then those who spend some time with him, you will know how he cracked so much jokes. He had a sense of humility, which is a value that is really missing, an attribute amongst leaders in this day. When we were building Excel, we had an opportunity to host a dinner with him, and then he was a keynote speaker. And what was amazing, and we were expecting him to speak about himself, but he spoke about how Walter Sisulu mentored him, how Walter Sisulu contributed to the struggle more than him, how Walter was an icon of the struggle. And he just effaced himself in this whole, and he basically shared the stories of all other people. And all he said is that I was just fortunate that ANC just picked me up and just made me the face of the struggle. But there's many other people who actually. So it was amazing, that kind of humility. The other thing is that he came out 27 years in jail. I promise you, if I was in that space, I would come out there. Hey. I don't know, you know. Yeah, but he came out there and he had a sense of forgiveness that was unbelievable. Which, and when they asked him why actually you have this sense of forgiveness, when he was interviewed in one, he said, "Because hating clouds your mind." And that was a powerful statement. I think we need to remember that when we also get hurt by other people. And I think one thing that is absolutely I admire in him is a sense of purpose, sense of an assignment, and a sense of a mission. That it just drove him. He was a driven man. And I think if we can achieve anything in ULP, is to unleash leaders that would have a sense of mission and a sense of purpose. And that's and all of us can make this world a better place. His great quote that I like is a fundamental concern for others in our individual and community lives would go a long way in making the world a better place we so passionately dream of. And it is in that note that I think the person who's going to speak today shares this value. I've seen him doing more than just his job, but going out into the community, participating in the leadership structures and community organizations, and making a huge impact in this nation. And not just thinking about himself, but making an impact in the community. And that person is Bonang Mohale and Ndate Kindate. I'm very, very proud of him because he's from Katlehong. And I'm saying this with due respect to people from Soweto, but can you move on to... because even now, if I travel, wherever I am, I travel overseas, they just assume, hey, oh, Maurice, yes. I'm sure you want that Soweto. Oh, you're from Soweto? Oh, good. No. We're from East. And he grew up in Klapo section, and those who are from Katlo and Klung, in those late rats are sekas. I'm sure and Kulas Katik Saganama Okapi, Nescosh knives, Kunze. But he came out of that environment, and now he's the chairman of Shell South Africa with country responsibilities for oil and chemical, aviation, marine and lubricants. There's something common between me and him. We're from Katlehong, both of us. I grew up in Skosan and then ended up in Ramkunupi. And he's in oil game, I'm in the oil game. Yeah, no. So go to the East End, you'll come into the oiliness. No, I'm joking. But he's a great leader. I have a huge respect for Bonang. 1996, he's fulfilled various roles since 1996. He's been a chief executive of Drake & Scal, a facilities management company. He's been a chief executive of shared services and associated companies in Sanlam. He's been an executive vice president of South African Airways, responsible for strategic alliances. And it would be very good in that to help that organization again. Where I met him also was when he was running Otis. It was amazing seeing this young, energetic, driving this company, lift company. And in South Africa, he did a great job. His academic background, he went to medical school for 4 years, doing pharmacology, and then he went into pharmaceutical industry and gained a lot of experience there. And he is a chartered marketer, which is a very, very powerful qualification. We only know chartered accountants, so we're not aware that there is a high qualification of chartered marketing, and this very, very powerful qualification. But he's a leader. I mean, he's chairman of a number of companies, including South African Petroleum Industry Association, which both of us belong into that organization. He's a director of Holland Insurance Company, chairman of South African Netherlands Chamber of Commerce, and our leader in Black Management, the president of the Black Management Forum. He's a stalwart of that organization. I'm not going to waste any further time. If I can read the CV of Bonang, I'll spend the whole night. That, over to you.
On a serious note, I don't know why so many people would brave the cold and the late evening and the comfort of snuggling up to a beloved one to come and listen to a township thug. But I'm truly honored that this looks so full. When Tate Maurice sold this to me, he says, it's 8-10 people, very intimate conversation. When they leave, they want to have a better understanding of Bonang the man, where you come from, the stones in your shoes, the scars on your back. And on that basis, I agreed. So I wasn't aware that I was going to come and make a presentation. So if you're expecting one, there isn't one. But we're going to talk about where I come from, what has shaped me to be who I am, and what are the 2-3 things that drive me. But when I came here at 5:30, I walked around this hectare, this farm. I must say I was very emboldened. It's an amazing vision that you have here, Babu Khadebe. and what you are building here is going to outlive you and I. And I really feel truly and absolutely humbled that I'm just one of the 2-3 people that are going to have a conversation to try and touch other human beings, especially the youngsters, in a very special way. Some of us who are approaching 40, we value these opportunities. So ka ho he batho ba baholo ka nnete ntumelleng pele ke fitise tlhompho e kgolo ka hae ka mmusong. Jalo ka Basotho ha re kopane le ha le mafu le ha le moqoqopelo re ne re ha re le mmoho re etsa hlahlela le laka le leng re ne re ise tlhompho ho ra Basotho motlotlehi Morena Mohato le Tsiye wa boraro. Setloholoana sa Pete le Makgabane, sa Mokgatjhane le Poqo, sa Rahakadi le Beula. Yena beotseng Ramona Henditedu a di re shweshwe ka lehare. Ka ho he le tlile kweneng ho tla mamela Mokwena wa Mokotedi, Mokgodutswane o moholo o a jarile lehlabathe ka mokokotlo ke phatakalle ya ileng a iphumanela lerato ho Susana moradi wa Mohlongo. O hlonolofaditswe ka baradi ba babedi, Nkgono Tshepiso le Nkgono Maneo, ke baradi ba babedi fela. Tjhe, ha ona le dikgomo re ka qoqa. So pele o tseba Mohale ho ntso hlokahala hore e se re o kopana le ngwana batho mo o bo so qetella mo metile o sa botsa hore wena hantle ha eno ke kae. E re o tla o mohutsi mo mma wa o sheba ka mahlong re wena o tlile le motswalao ntse le sunana ha the o suna ngwaneng. So nna he ke Bonang Mohale ke Mokwena Mokotedi nna ntate ha ntsheba wa re for phisi khaola dithota re bone o etsise mmao le ntatao mohlango le mohlatsa tsile le holo mohlano phala diswa baloi thotentsa modi di batauleng. Mohale ha matha wa lelala o tsepa sela shibile hodima yo kena ba holo bo morinyane le ntinyane motse o senang bonang wa hlora a re ke le ranthane la ntithile banana ba le pume ba lahlafatse ba re le sale le tshikisa Mohale na o tjeka wa tjeka Mokwena o mpa sitwa kwa kgamolala o tjeka jwalo ka mankukune se etsa jwang haholo ke basadi ba ntse ba mpotsa kgafetsa Bonang ha eno ke kae ha e suki hole sebakanyana a se bohole ba o pala mapere le ba maoto ba ntse ba fihla mo dikoti nka ba ke le bontsha nka kgathala kwa kgamonwana jwale ka hore se le tseba he ka nnete ke a itebohela. Jwale ka hore se le tseba he hore o ke Mokwena buang le lona jwale ba bitswang bahlakwana ha se Bakwena hobane ke re ba tle ka difaqane ha re keneletswe ke tjhaka a re palamisa Thaba ebile re bitsa Thaba bosiu. Morena Moshweshwe ke yena fela a sa kanga hatswa ke bakoni ba ka tsatsi la difaqane fela ka o rata khotso ya ba o ba fa dikgomotse o re tsamang le tsona le o ja le re sie ka khotso ke ka ho he batho ba re ke bahlakwana hobane ba hlahule kwa. So I meant to tell you a little bit about myself. So I think we'll do that best when this is called conversations. So in our conversations, we are really going to have a dialogue. So you're going to ask me lots of questions, and then I'm going to answer them, and hopefully when I do that, by the time we leave, even if it's just 1 or 2 expressions that we have interacted, engaged, and interfaced, you will know that I would go back much richer than when I came here. And I'm hoping that by the time you go back home, you'll also be slightly enriched. I apologize for my sexy voice. Kalabubedi, I was down with flu. And the doctor said I should spend the whole week in bed. And I said yes. On Wednesday morning, at 6 o'clock, at the crack of dawn, we're already selling Shell oil products and working humbly without anybody knowing. So it's Thursday today. We've been working the whole day. So I'm hoping that my voice will not fail me. But I thought as we are going to have this conversation, please stop me at any time and ask questions, because I think as we do that, we learn best about Bonang the man. The last time I checked, I think I was a man. But we are talking about this in the context of leadership. And in my book, the definition of leadership is he or she that feels called upon to lead is a leader. So from that definition, a domestic servant and a gardener, all they have to do is to feel called upon to lead. Therefore, we look at them, we acknowledge them, we palette, highlight, and celebrate them as leaders. So leadership has nothing to do with the positional power, has nothing to do with the title that you have, has nothing to do with the lineage that produced you. It has everything to do with the hunger that you have for success. So maybe to define success, for me, success is a progressive realization of any worthy ideal. Therefore, success has nothing to do with buying a hectare like Ntate Khadebe has done, or driving a BMW X5M with 10 cylinders. But it has everything to do with how you feel at a personal level you are doing in ticking those 3-4 things that you have set for yourself on a journey of self-discovery, touching other human beings in the process, so that when you do things only for yourself, the day you go, you live with those things. But when you do things for others, you are immortalized. You live forever in the minds and hopes, dreams and aspirations of others. That's what Ntate Maurice Khadebe is trying to do with this unleashing leadership potential, because all of us have potential. If a convict who has got no experience whatsoever in politics, at the very best, his only prowess is putting together an AK-47 in under 47 seconds, and have been antisocial for probably 27 years, therefore lacks the interpersonal skills, has never cradled a baby in his own hands and heard the scream at 2 o'clock in the morning of a thirsty child, can go on to become the greatest leader of this nation. All of us can unleash this potential within ourselves to wake up one day and accept that we have become much more than what we have been made, and internalize the fact that we are indeed much more than what we've become. So for me, these leadership conversations, we have them because we compare and contrast management on the one hand and leadership on the other. Because management is what we learned at school: planning, leading, coordinating, and organizing. We call that Management 101. It's about the effectiveness and efficiencies in climbing the corporate ladder of success. It's about self-centeredness. Anybody that has tried to kiss another human being knows that that doesn't take you very far. Leadership, it's about being the other-centered, being absolutely obsessed with the development of others, not with the self. When other people are making progress in their own career paths, on their way to being also called chairman, leadership begs the question as to whether the ladder is leaning against the correct wall to start off with. So leadership is that higher order where you know that you have probably attained all that